The Shroud of Turin, Mystery and Faith. Introduction. A cloth wrapped in enigma. Few artifacts in human history have inspired as much awe, debate, and fascination as the Shroud of Turin. Preserved in the city of Turin, this ancient linen cloth is believed by millions to be the burial shroud of Jesus Christ. Its faint image, of a crucified man bearing wounds consistent with biblical descriptions, has puzzled scientists, historians, and theologians alike. Is it a miraculous imprint left at the moment of resurrection? Or a medieval creation crafted with remarkable ingenuity? This documentary explores the shroud's origins, scientific analysis, religious significance, and the enduring mystery that continues to captivate the world. Chapter 1. The Physical Artifact. The Shroud of Turin is a rectangular linen cloth measuring approximately 4.4 meters long and 1.1 meters wide. It bears a faint, sepia-toned image of a man, front and back, laid out as though wrapped in burial. Key observations. The figure appears to have been scourged, crucified, and pierced. Blood stains are visible around the wrists, feet, and side. The image is not painted, there are no visible brush strokes. The image exists only on the topmost fibers of the cloth. Scientists examining the cloth have found that the image behaves like a photographic negative. When first photographed in 1898 by Secondo Pia, the negative revealed a strikingly detailed human face, far clearer than what is visible to the naked eye. This discovery marked the beginning of modern scientific fascination with the shroud. Chapter 2. Historical Origins. The documented history of the shroud begins in the 14th century in Liège. It was displayed by a French knight, Geoffroy de Charny, in a small church. However, controversy arose immediately. Early skepticism. In 1389, Bishop Pierre d'Arcis wrote to the Pope, claiming the shroud was a forgery and that the artist had confessed. Unfortunately, no record of this confession survives. Despite this, the cloth continued to gain popularity and reverence. Chapter 3. Journey to Turin. The shroud eventually came into the possession of the powerful House of Savoy in the 15th century. They transferred it to Turin in 1578, where it has remained ever since. Today, it is housed in the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist. The Fire of 1532. In 1532, a fire nearly destroyed the shroud while it was stored in Chambéry. Molten silver from a reliquary burned holes into the cloth, which were later patched by nuns. These burn marks remain visible today and are a key part of the artifact's history. Chapter 4. Scientific Investigations. The shroud has been subjected to intense scientific scrutiny, especially in the 20th century. STURP Investigation 1978. The Shroud of Turin Research Project conducted the most comprehensive study. Findings. No pigments or dyes were found that could account for the image. The image is superficial, affecting only the top fibers. The bloodstains tested positive for hemoglobin. Scientists concluded, the image is not the product of an artist. But they could not determine how it was formed. Chapter 5. Carbon Dating Controversy. In 1988, 3 laboratories conducted radiocarbon dating tests. Results. The cloth was dated to between 1260 and 1390 AD. This suggested a medieval origin. Challenges to the results. Critics argue. The sample may have come from a repaired section. Contamination from fire, handling, and environmental exposure may have skewed results. Some researchers have since called for new testing using modern techniques. Chapter 6. Biblical Correlations. Supporters of the shroud's authenticity point to its alignment with the Gospel accounts of the New Testament. Matching details. Crucifixion wounds align with Roman practices. The nail wounds appear in the wrists, not the palms, consistent with historical accuracy. The side wound matches the account of a spear piercing Jesus. These details were not widely known in medieval Europe, strengthening arguments for authenticity. Chapter 7. The Image Mystery. One of the most baffling aspects of the shroud is how the image was formed. Theories. Natural chemical reaction, possibly caused by gases from a decomposing body. Medieval artistic technique. Some suggest primitive photography or painting, but no method fully replicates the image. Radiation burst hypothesis. A burst of energy during resurrection may have imprinted the image. Contact transfer. The body touching the cloth created the imprint. None of these theories fully explain all observed properties. Chapter 8. Modern technologies. With advancements in technology, new methods have been applied. 3D imaging. Using NASA image analyzers, scientists discovered that the shroud contains 3D information, unlike any painting. DNA analysis. Some studies have detected plant pollens from the Middle East, suggesting the cloth may have originated in that region. However, contamination remains a major concern. Chapter 9. Religious significance. For believers, the shroud is more than an artifact, it is a sacred relic. The Catholic Church does not officially declare the shroud authentic, but it permits veneration. Popes, including Pope John Paul II, have referred to it as a mirror of the Gospel. Millions visit Turin to view the shroud during rare public exhibitions. Chapter 10. Skeptics versus believers. Skeptical view. Carbon dating supports a medieval origin. Historical records before the 14th century are unclear. Possible artistic techniques could explain the image. Believers' view. Scientific tests cannot explain the image. Biblical accuracy is striking. The shroud's uniqueness suggests authenticity. Chapter 11. Cultural impact. The shroud has influenced art and iconography of Jesus, films and documentaries, scientific research into ancient textiles and imaging. It remains one of the most studied religious artifacts in history. Chapter 12. The ongoing mystery. Despite centuries of study, the Shroud of Turin remains an enigma. It sits at the intersection of science and faith, history and belief, evidence and mystery. Perhaps its greatest power lies not in proving anything, but in inspiring questions. Conclusion. The Shroud of Turin challenges our understanding of history, science, and spirituality. Is it the burial cloth of Jesus Christ? Or a masterpiece of medieval ingenuity? The answer remains elusive. But the mystery endures, woven into the very fibers of a cloth that continues to captivate humanity. In a quiet cathedral in Turin lies a piece of cloth, worn by time, scarred by fire, yet untouched by certainty. It has been tested by scientists, challenged by skeptics, and revered by millions. Is it a miracle frozen in time? Or a mystery we are not yet ready to solve? The truth may still be hidden within the shroud.